This is Gilbert. So he's on the show, and Chauncey calls in with this bit of gossip, which is hilarious. And we've heard crazy stories about how cheap Gilbert is. I don't know why I do believe this. So he's promoting a Caroline's appearance as if it wouldn't have been sold out anyway.
Right.
Like twice a month.
So, Gilbert's here. Gilbert, come on in, but I got to take a break, dude. Wonder what he's promoting, yet another Caroline's appearance?
I would imagine. Does he travel on?
Just for you, Caroline's Comedy Club, and I think it's closed now. It was really a staple in Times Square, which is you see it and they drop the ball in New Year's and shit. It's like every tourist goes to Times Square. This comedy club is right in ground zero of Times Square.
They're not closed. They just moved.
Chauncey, I don't remember this, but initially I heard that it was downtown by the seaport.
I think so. Because Greg Charles, the publicist, is still the publicist for them. So
okay.
They're still around.
Her name's Caroline Hirsch.
Yeah.
Is the last name? Okay.
Yep.
The road anymore? Does he just?
Gilbert does whatever you want him to do, if you pay him.
I don't know if he tours.
What are you promoting this time? Come on, get in here and plug.
Yeah, because I enjoy doing the show.
You cutting your hair short? You have hair. Why don't you grow it a little?
Yeah, I know.
One of the nice things on you is your hair. I mean, you know.
What, you won't pay for a stylist?
I'm afraid I might actually look good for once in my life.
Don't worry about that.
Just give you a little context. This is 2003, which is an interesting year. Chauncey has 2 more years left.
The clock is not ticking.
That's what I keep thinking is like when you're the closest to you being on the outs.
There he is, Gilbert.
You came so close so many times. Like you really, and you admit this, like you're so self-sabotaging that you walk right up into the line. And
right
then they
there.
kept you. You were too valuable as I think about it. And I go through these and I ferret. You're so valuable. Like every show. You have some crazy gossip.
I should have been kicked off the show 100 times. He kept letting me back. It was almost like I kept pushing it further and further.
I think he was afraid of you. I think he was afraid that you were going to...
Totally.
Did he ever do this? Did he ever give you gossip from celebrities he knew, but you would take the credit for it so he didn't get blamed for gossip? Did he ever take you aside? I know you had his email. You had Beth's email. Did Howard ever give you gossip on people and you reported it as if you did it or the Daily News did it, but he didn't want to be blamed for it?
No, Lonnie did that, not Howard.
Okay.
Lonnie was always guilty of that. James Caan did that with me a couple of times.
Wow.
Chauncey, Jimmy, look, you got to do this for me. You got to help me out here. and he'd give me something on Farrah Fawcett or somebody, and it would always end up on page 6. So I was Jimmy Caan's, bridge to the gossip pages. And there was a few others, but not Howard. No, Howard didn't really have any good gossip. He
does now.
Yeah.
He does now. Honestly, like the more friends he became with these people, like could you imagine still being in having his ear right now? It would be pretty amazing.
Yeah, now it would be great. But remember, in those days, celebrities, Hollywood hated Howard. And if anything, Howard used me to get gossip. He never would have known about what Robin Givens and the other one, Layla, whatever.
Oh, Lila Arciera.
Yeah, he loved that kind of stuff because it gave him so much content, And he always had me on.
It's a weird time, Chauncey, because he was both. Like when the time we're talking about now, like 03, 04, he was kind of getting there. So this is like post the Allison divorce, and so Beth is so obsessed with being around famous people that he's kind of working his way into it, and he's getting invited to like Russell Crowe's party in LA with Mary McCormick and shit. So he's sort of like both.
I think he dumped Dee at this point.
Yeah.
I picture like in 10 years Gilbert will kill some woman because he's as weird as Phil Spector.
It seems to be the way to go.
Because I know he's hiding behind the curtains somewhere in his apartment.
Throwing around guns. Do you own a gun, Gilbert?
Do I own curtains?
Hilarious.
I can see Gilbert like flipping out in 10 years. You whore, you won't do me. Just because he's angry at women.
Right. He probably is holding guns to heads to get oral favors.
Yeah.
I'll kill Ronnie Spector.
Yeah, I mean, there's something up with me, Gilbert. Are you talking about how weird Gilbert is?
Oh, wait. This is a stealing food thing. Is this when I talk about him stealing food?
Yeah.
I remember this.
This is hilarious.
Remember. Yes, yes.
This isn't just stealing food. This is like
the backpack. He goes to the party with the backpack. Yeah.
It's beyond. Do you remember Trading Places, Chauncey, when Dan Aykroyd went to the Christmas party that he's no longer invited to, and he at the Santa suit, and he's shoving like lamb and prime rib,
bread in his pocket, bread inside his pocket. Yeah.
This is what this reeks of.
Like, who is it? Someone told me they saw you at Hollywood Squares. Gary.
No, this was last night at the Comedy Central party.
Oh, we got a report. You were at the Comedy Central party?
So, Chauncey, you got invited to the Comedy Central party. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I got invited all the parties. Oh, my life for about a 20-year stretch was amazing. I'm telling you, every party, every backstage event, everything. It was awesome.
Your access is amazing. This is so
Oh, my access was amazing. It was. It really was. Yeah.
Party last night? You had a knapsack with you?
Yeah.
And at the end of the party, you went over to the food table and you stuffed stuff into your knapsack?
No, that's I didn't. I stuffed it in my mouth.
No. You took stuff home in the knapsack, and I got it on real good authority.
Yeah. From Gary.
No, not Gary. Who did we hear that from? Chauncey, right?
Chauncey.
Yeah.
In fact, Chauncey will be on the phone in a second. Chauncey said he saw him jamming food in there.
Really, Gilbert?
No.
Have you got the knapsack here?
Yeah. You'd like to smell it?
Yeah. Does it smell like midget hot dog? Chauncey called him. He says,
Gilbert has a great way of deflecting gossip by going, yes, no, yes. And he diffuses you into getting truth out of him. Yeah, it's a shield.
He uses this comedy and his character as a shield. It does. Yep.
he swore he saw you stick stuff in your knapsack.
Yeah.
Are you just too embarrassed to admit it?
No, I didn't put any stuff. There'd be too many people for me to put stuff in there.
Oh, like you care.
I'm not saying I wouldn't do it.
What'd they serve?
It did nothing good. It would have been, it was like chicken wings.
Oh, I see.
Why did you have a knapsack?
I always carry that. I don't know why.
Because he doesn't carry a purse.
Yeah.
Chauncey.
Hey, how's it going?
Gilbert says you're lying.
Oh,
tell the truth.
Where were you last night?
I was at that party, yes.
And what time did you get there?
You know it's a good party if Gilbert's there.
Yeah, yes.
Well, you know what it was? It was
A-list.
Gilbert got there at the end of the party, and you would think by now Gilbert has some money. He's like an old man. He shuffles in with one of those backpacks on his back.
Yeah, all right, that's cool.
And he goes to eat. There's like a long buffet.
Now, Chauncey's absolutely right. What would you do if, as far as I'm concerned, he's on the level of Seinfeld as a legend, is the same age. What would you do if Seinfeld came into this with a knapsack on and
by himself?
Yeah,
and his pants are too baggy for him. Like his crotch hangs down too low, and he's got like it's one of those old man shirts with one part is untucked, one part's tucked, and he's got a jacket like he got it at Kmart and a backpack, and he shuffles.
It's kind of appalling. You're kind of like, what is this?
No,
he's
friends,
a legend.
No
he's
company, a legend. Nobody with him. No, you see guys like that. And have like 10 people with them.
Yep.
Or, they have a publicist leading them around and they look like they have a good fashion sense. But Gilbert looked like he was homeless and nobody was even talking to him. It was weird. And then you see him just kind of shuffle up to this. It was sad. This buffet tray that's been already picked apart. It's the end of the party. So there's like everything's disheveled and the ham's mixed with the turkey and the bread is hard now.
Yep.
And is that and he's picking things up and looking at them and studying it. God. Go to dinner somewhere. Like put that down. Just go out to eat. Afterwards,
it's a combination of him obviously can't cook, right? And then he's also like frighteningly cheap, and so he's probably he probably can't deal with restaurant protocol either at the same time. So this all leads him to thinking, I'm never going to eat again unless I don't shove all this shit in my back. I'm going to eat for 3 weeks on this buffet.
Go to Cat's Deli. Go, but have a corned beef. But this is disgusting.
Dallas barbecue
that have been out too long. Everything's out too long.
Sneezed on, coughed on.
There's hair in it. There's
yuck.
And here comes shuffling Gilbert.
Yeah,
Chauncey,
it's appalling.
Jews and cold cuts, all bets are off. There's just no cold cuts going out. Jews and deli.
It's the 5-hour rule. You know the 5-second rule?
Like he did Aladdin. He was the voice of Mxyzptlk in the Superman animated series in the 90s. That's just he does so many things, little drop-ins. He is wealthy. He may not be Seinfeld wealthy, but that is crazy that he has to stoop to that.
I've had this picture of Adam Sandler around for ages, and there's a bit of that in him. He apparently just walks around and he eats these cucumbers. I think are they cucumbers or they're like pickles? Pickles. Sorry.
He likes to jump into basketball pickup games out of nowhere. Like he'll see like a 2-on-3 and then he'll fill it out and they'll play a 3-on-3.
But he's been seen out in his pajamas. Like he'll go out just wearing his pajamas. Like,
sometimes you think that dress down thing is like shtick, whereas like I'm just gonna go the complete opposite way of looking like a celebrity deliberately, just because I can. There's like that rich man, poor man thing, like the rich guy wears pajamas all day.
There's a kind of cool to it. Yeah, like Kurt Cobain wore pajamas to music awards once.
I'm
and
so famous.
Like, wow.
I'm so famous.
You can't touch me.
So
I'll wear pajamas.
Yeah. I can wear my underwear on my head if I want. Like that's how rich I am. Oh my God!
He takes food from every single tray, loads it up, and leaves.
What does he load it into?
Yes.
The backpack.
But
You mean I just put chicken wings into a backpack?
I watched the whole thing.
Did I have a plastic bag with me? I just put it in.
Napkins.
Oh, come on, John.
In napkins.
Oh,
I used the whole thing.
That's going to hold chicken wings.
We watched.
It would hold it.
I would. I remember this. He was rolling it up. But I didn't say it properly. It wasn't the paper napkins. It was like the linen. You know the linen they have?
Yeah.
So he was putting it in linen and rolling it up.
And I think Chauncey said like he went there at a time when like things were winding down. I think Gilbert at that point knows too, like there's less guilt because we're going to throw it out anyway, and no one's looking because everyone's done with it. So I can go over when no one cares and I'll clean it out. There's no. I think you're like I love buffalo wings, and it would be tempting to take like the thought of him throwing out 500 buffalo wings would
eat them at home.
Me.
Take them home, heat them up in the microwave, and watch TV.
It's the perfect. Exactly right.
We watched in wonder.
So, Chauncey, are you sure you saw Gilbert put chicken wings in his knapsack?
It was lasagna. It was ziti.
Lasagna.
Oh my God. This is radio gold.
Wasn't it? Now, if you're listening to this and you're driving down the road to work, tell me you wouldn't be laughing. You
visualize.
If you know Gilbert, and everyone that listened to the show knew Gilbert, intimately, you could just picture him sitting there.
Shuffling. The way you when you said shuffling, everyone can picture that. It's great. Really great.
Lost look like that.
He's one small step away from putting soup into his knapsack. Lasagna is not that different from soup.
God. Yeah, just pour it all in.
Yeah. Jews and Chinese food. If he saw wonton soup, there's not a shot in hell he wouldn't put in his knapsack.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm having a heart attack. Oh God.
Chunks of stuff.
Just no limit. All of it. Put it.
We have stories of him stealing silverware from airplane, like plastic spoons and sporks they use in prison, and putting him in that. I think you're right. I believe every word you're saying.
If you're starving, you don't care where it comes. If it's in a bag, backpack,
you don't know how to
you're
cook.
going to eat
it's free.
it. Yeah.
The point is, if it's free.
You ever meet someone who doesn't know how to cook, and you're like, how do you not know how to make pasta? Like, you know what I mean? He's that guy.
God, yeah.
Yeah, but
he's that guy.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, guys like Gilbert, and I saw this in all my years doing journalism. These parties, if you really wanted to, you could go to one every single night of the week.
Yes.
And they were all the same. It was free booze, free food. And you would never have to food shop. You would never have to go out to a bar and drink because everything was free and plentiful.
Yep.
And that's you. That's you at Scores.
No, that was me. But there were a million other events. There was so much in every kind of establishment in New York you can imagine. And what they would have something called the Celebrity Bulletin. And every morning at 8 a.m., it would come either via mail or fax, and it would list where all the parties are that night.
That's
great.
Cool as hell.
I've never heard of this. Is great.
It was awesome. So you had like 10 parties scheduled for that night with the phone number to call for the publicist or promoter that's putting it on. So you could pick and choose all your parties. And if you were a journalist, you never got turned away. You know,
Right.
they wanted the press. They wanted you to be there to write about it. So every night you could go to a different event. And guys,
Did you ever do this though, Chauncey? Did you ever like bag a chicken wing, like pocket a chicken wing or something?
No, I never took food home.
Drumstick.
No, I never took anything home. I wasn't a backpack kind of guy. Like I wouldn't go to those kind of parties carrying a backpack. I think that's weird.
He probably took the subway home because he needs to carry shit, so he's not gonna spring for a car or anything like that, right? And he's carrying stuff everywhere he goes. That's what civilians do. You bring like a backpack because you're taking the subway or you're walking everywhere. Like he would never spring for like a car or a cab. He gets enough lucrative gigs and it was steady. Like I don't know of a time when he wasn't working. So Chauncey's right. He's definitely wealthy enough to.
His apartment in New York City had to be amazing. Like if you could go inside Gilbert Gottfried's New York apartment, you could only imagine how big and awesome it was.
Yep. No doubt.
And imagine how full of crap it was as well. Like it'd be a nice place, but he probably had piles.
Yeah, hoarding things. Just thinking I'm never going to eat again.
Everywhere.
Yep. Chauncey, on this party list, it's fascinating. I'm just like to get that. Would there ever be something weird like 11 o'clock on a Monday in Tribeca or something weird like that, where they're trying to stay away from like civilians, like only like you would know, something like that, like a Monday night, 11:30 in Soho or something like that.
At night, 11:30 p.m. Yeah, tons of stuff like that. Yeah.
Put that in a knapsack.
I don't think Gilbert would ruin his $4 backpack.
But you can't even eat the food when it's all mushed up.
All I know is I sat there and I was amazed by what I was seeing.
Say, I swear to God I saw Gilbert put food in there.
I swear to God in heaven.
Wow.
To Christ.
To Christ.
To the Son of God and how he died on the cross.
The thing ended at 10 o'clock. Gilbert came in at like 9:45.
All right. Well, you know what?
So Chauncey, the party started what, like 7, 8 o'clock?
Yeah, probably like around 7.
That he strolls in 3 hours
as it's ending, as it's wrapping up. Like the place is half empty.
I didn't realize it was that bad.
Yeah.
Wow. So he's like going, oh my God, I got to get there because I'm not going to be able to eat for a week. I got to at least stop and fill in. The only reason he went was to fill the bag up.
Yeah, he wasn't there to mingle. He was there for the food.
Damn.
There was no other
he's a
reason
legend.
to be there.
Yep.
I love that he's making a bit of it and laughing. Like a lot of guys, you know, would shut down. They get angry. But Gilbert is like going with it. And I love that about him.
He doesn't give a shit.
Exactly.
There's nothing you can say to him.
Yep. That's what made him so endearing. Yep.
Got to take a break anyway. Thank you, Sean.
I swear to the Mother of Christ.
He should go to put lasagna in a knapsack.
And tuna fish.
Tuna fish is bad. Tuna fish is almost bad as soup. God.
Now they're just throwing out names of foods like anything they can think of.
I kind of think Artie's thinking, I might do that with lasagna. I actually might.
I agree with that. I don't see why you couldn't put it in a bag.
Chauncey does have a weird reality.
Yeah.
I've been the victim of his, I swear to God, I saw you do something.
And I poured some Coca-Cola in there.
Yeah, because you needed something to drink with all that.
Right.
The salad. Michael Jackson never put a ravioli in his knapsack.
I'm putting a ravioli. Chauncey, the police are searching my knapsack for ravioli. I was humiliated as the police emptied my knapsack. They searched my rectum and knapsack for ravioli. They spread my my buttocks cheeks, searching for ravioli and chicken wings.
I found ricotta cheese in my wallet.
Sleep with me, ravioli.
We're going to take a break. You're a very funny guy, but everyone needs a break from you.
But that's how great you're immortalized by Gilbert goofing on you there at the end.
Yeah.
And that's so great. And thank God I have it here to give to you to save. And
it's amazing. It's absolutely
it's
amazing.